Hey yappers! Today, Ruchi with guest host Izzy talk about the new Netflix movie Kpop Demon Hunters. Tune in to find out whose voices you may have recognized, why they're called the Saja Boys, and maybe even evidence of another movie? Let's get started. Hello fellow yappers, I'm Ruchi.
And I'm Shalini, and we're your hosts of Binge, Yap, Repeat.
We're two best friends who spend an embarrassing amount of time binge watching TV, and honestly, we just need to talk about it. If you're here, we're guessing you do too.
Fair warning, this is a spoiler-friendly zone. We will be discussing lots of spoilers. So, if you haven't watched the show yet, hit pause, go binge, and come back when you're ready to yap with us.
And now, it's yap time. Hello, yappers! Today we have a new guest on Binge Yap Repeat. She is a Swiftie, just like Shalini, and she's also our resident K-pop stan.
Oh my gosh, thank you for introducing me. I'm Izzy. Nice to meet you, yappers.
Oh, I was gonna say your name, but please welcome Izzy.
Hi.
That's okay.
That's it.
Izzy, who's your favorite K-pop artist right now?
Oh my gosh, that's a hard question, but the answer is G-Dragon.
Okay, that did not seem like a hard question.
Well, it's because I'm a victim of the Squid Game Top Big Bang G-Dragon pipeline, and I do love Top a lot, but he's hinting at a second album, or a first album.
Top was Thanos in
Yeah,
Squid Game?
yeah, purple hair. Which, yeah, handsome, love him. But he doesn't have it. He's not active right now, but he's hinting at it. G-Dragon is actively on his world tour, and I got tickets, so I love him. So seeing him, I guess.
Wow, yay! Great. Well, yeah, unfortunately, Shalini isn't here right now because she's
Dead.
she's saving the honeymoon with her voice, so she's on tour.
Well, thank you so much, Shalini, for saving all of our souls.
So if you haven't gotten the clue yet, today we're talking about the new Netflix movie, Kpop Demon Hunters. This movie came out June 20th, 2025 on Netflix and has an amazing 95% on Rotten Tomatoes. Kpop Demon Hunters, it's pretty self-explanatory based on just the title, but it's about a world-renowned K-pop girl group called Huntrix, comprised of Rumi, Mira, and Zoe, who balance their lives in the spotlight with their secret identities as demon hunters until a new demon boy band enters the mix, the Saja Boys. The movie features an extremely star-studded cast, including Arden Cho, Daniel Day Kim, Ken Jeong.
I'm so surprised.
Who is Ken Jeong? The manager. Oh, the manager Bobby, right?
Yeah, Bobby.
I see that. Prosy D, who you told me about.
Prosy D. I didn't hear it. I just heard about it and realized that was Prosy D.
Prosy D is like very good at voices, so I'm not surprised that I didn't recognize him. But that's crazy that he played Abby.
Abby. I love that his name was Abby because he's just Abs.
Yeah. And then also Lee Byung Hun.
Yes.
Who is the frontman villain in Squid Game season, I guess, well, all the seasons, but he also played Guima, the fire, in K-Pop Demon Hunters.
Yeah, I guess he's just meant to be a villain.
So villain. So good at playing the villain, honestly. So Izzy, what were your overall thoughts?
Can I curse?
Yeah.
I fucking loved it. So I know it's a kid's movie, and I saw an ad for it, and you sent it to me too. You were like, this actually sounds really great. And I was like, it does. Like, it's a kid's movie. It's very, like, straightforward. Like, these girls are the good guys, and then these boys are the bad guys. And I was like, okay, obviously there's going to be enemies to lovers here. Like, if there isn't, like, then it's a wasted opportunity. And I actually saw Netflix was advertising at Head in the Clouds LA Kpop Demon Hunters, and I was like, oh, is this real? Like, is this actually gonna be cool and stuff? But because Head in the Clouds is a very adult location, so I was like, oh, I thought it was just for kids.
Mm-hmm.
But no, people are really loving it. Like, people who aren't into K-pop and don't seem the type to enjoy kids' movies as adults on my Instagram are really loving it, and I am too. The music's great, art's great. just overall 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
It's well deserved, the 95%.
Yeah. Yes, I totally agree. I feel like there are so many people who are not into like animated series, not into animated stuff at all. Definitely not into kids' movies, definitely not into K-pop. And
It's also like the Instagram reels are really pushing it because like you get one about it or like maybe I like it and then it like spreads to people around me and they're like, what is this? It's so catchy. It's really good.
yes. So I think one of the main reasons that people have really liked the movie is because the animation style is so good. So I think you were the one who told me this, that the creators of this movie were like the same animators as Spider-Verse, right?
I don't know if they're the same animators, but they're the same studio because I saw some joke that was like, oh, they're working on this, but they should be working on Spider-Verse, the third installation.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But people were like, well, there's multiple teams. So I think there were multiple teams. And this one has been in the works for 9 years because the director, Maggie Kang, she and her husband, who I think was also part of this somehow, their daughter is named after Ruby, and she's like walking and talking. Like she's like 7.
She's like filing taxes.
Taxes. She's like paying rent, got a 401k. I don't know how old children are, so
What?
well, if I show you
Oh,
a
I
picture of
see.
her, like she could be 4, she could be 7,
Okay.
maybe she can't be 10 because this took 9 years. So she's less than 9.
Okay.
And yeah, they've been working on it for a long time. They named her after it. Like the animation studio they put in a lot of work, and you can tell because they did a lot of research of like who characters should be based off of, the vibes, like, like the Soda Pop song and stuff. Like they did a lot of research, and the animation's so good. Like the dance moves, when people try to copy them, just cannot, it never looks as good because the animation style is so like, it's very similar to Spider-Verse, where like there's quick, short movements and stuff, and it's just really like pleasant. Like it's a delightful experience to watch,
I did see a reel about like the slowed down version of Soda Pop. The legs are going crazy.
Oh, like the gummy, like
Gummy legs. I was like, so that's kind of maybe why it's
Okay.
not as smooth.
yeah, because they're cartoons.
Yeah, yeah. Oh.
Yeah, it's not common knowledge, but they are cartoons.
Got
They're
it.
not.
Got it. So I'll just cancel out all my notes here. Um, okay, yeah, same as the Spider-Verse. Blah blah blah. Oh yeah, speaking of costumes, so one thing that I really noticed was like there was so much attention to detail on Korean lore, and that was baked into the different costumes. Saja Boys, for example, when they were first shown in the demon world, they had like the costume,
Oh
the
yeah.
hat, and like the robe and everything. So that apparently is like traditionally what the Grim Reaper wear.
Yeah, because Saja Boys, you know how they're like the Saja Boys join the Pride is what they call their fan base. It's called the Pride because Saja means lion in Korean. So it's like, oh, we're the Lion Boys, join the Pride. But apparently it also comes from the word for Grim Reaper, Cho Sung Saja, which means the Korean Grim Reaper. It's like the Saja from the end of that is like, oh, we're the Chosung Saja Boys, we're the Grim Reaper boys. Isn't that cool?
That's really cool.
Yeah. But then like Lion Boys, it's like, oh, superficial. Like we're just cute, like, we're like lions. Like no one's gonna think that deeply about it. But yeah, they're super accurate to like the Grim Reaper style and like, I mean, the final song to Your Idol.
Yeah. So good. Oh yeah, okay, so one thing that I also saw on Instagram, noticed that the Saja boys, they normally, Genu specifically, doesn't wear any earrings at all when he's like in his demon form, but there's a star-shaped zipper that Rumi wears in her golden outfit. And when Geno enters his demon form to do Your Idol, he is wearing an earring that is like looks really similar to Rumi's zipper, the star-shaped zipper.
People were like, oh, it's her, I guess, soul, her vibe, her heart
Yeah.
is now, her voice is now in his ear.
Yeah.
Because that gives him the courage to like break his soul free of Lima.
Yeah. It's also significant that it's on his left ear, something like that, because when he was like, oh, Guima's in my ear, he's like touching his right ear. So like Gleam wasn't this year, but
It hurts. The details are so good.
yeah.
Their romance is just too strong. Like it was, I heard some people say that the pace of the movie was like, oh, too quick. One, it's a kids movie,
Yeah.
and two, it's a movie, not a series. But I thought the pacing of their romance was like it's like just right.
Mm. But I did hear that there were some deleted scenes that we didn't get to see.
I saw that the creators and the animators shared drawings of an aquarium date where he's like, "Oh, Rumi, you look so good, even with your hair down." They get a kiss in the aquarium date, but they cut it out. I don't know why they cut it out, but maybe. I mean, the romance is still very strong and it's very like you and I can help each other, save each other, but I wonder why they took the romance
Yeah.
out.
I think I mean, it was a tight hour and a half,
Mhm.
so that's probably why they cut some of these scenes out, but I do feel like I was robbed.
I feel like that's a really strong scene to have. Like
Yeah.
their relationship is like, well, I guess it's not all. There's more. She's got her friendships with Zoe and Mira, and then like also the Saja Boys and like the lore. So there's a lot
Yeah.
more than just, them two. But
Yeah. I definitely felt like I wanted more though, because I think not only was the like romance scene build up a little bit missing, but also the entire backstory about her parents.
they just throw that in.
Yeah. So actually, when it was first announced that it was like, oh, she's half demon, that like her dad was a demon and her mom was a hunter. And then we see Genu. I was like, is Genu her dad?
Like, because, I've watched my share of like dramas where it's like, oh, and this guy is secretly her dad, or oh, her long lost twin brother.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like, so wasn't out of the way. It could have. I
Yeah.
was like, I don't know, it's getting romancy. This is not her dad or someone related to her. So.
Yeah, but then I thought it was weird. I thought it was weird because it was getting romancy. I was like, wait a minute, like I did not sign up for
Maybe
this.
that's why they didn't get a kiss. We're gonna get a sequel and find out that's her dad.
No.
I recently just rewatched the original Star Wars trilogy. You know when she and Luke, like Leia and Luke kiss? Sorry, spoilers. But they do kiss, and then in episode 4, and apparently by that point they hadn't decided that they were going to secretly be like long lost twins, which is why she gives him a kiss. But it's still weird because then he just like knows that it's his sister, and he's like he had a crush on her in the first movie, but the 2 and 3, it's like, oh yeah, she's not my sister. She's my sister. I can't like her. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
Could be. Who knows?
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what Maggie Kang, so her husband, I guess, is posting about it. I think he might be co-directing with her somehow. He posted a reel pointed at her in their kitchen. And he was like, "Hey Maggie, like people are wondering if Genu's gonna come back," and she kind of just goes like, and she doesn't answer.
He's gotta come back.
I think
He has to. Because they showed also the cat and the bird.
The
I
kids
watched
are
the
still
movie.
there.
They're still there.
Do they have names? Their names are Derpy. Derpy and I think Sus, because the bird's like,
Oh.
Sus or something.
Wait,
It's very cute. I loved
Derpy was so cute. Derpy freaked me out the first time that I saw Derpy. I was like,
It's like,
what the hell?
is he gonna kill her?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, just knocking over pots. He's so cute.
Mm.
But yeah, so the director has hinted at another movie, but they haven't said whether it'll be like a sequel or maybe a prequel.
Mm.
Because as we said, we just got this random news like, oh yeah, her dad's a demon. Anyways.
There's also some chatter about Guima maybe being the dad. It was like, but he's fire.
So yeah, people are like, but he doesn't have a body. Like, what does this mean? But in the original sketches, he looked pretty daddy. He looked kind of like, who's the bad guy in Tears of the King? Ganondorf, like kind of big and beefy. It was like, oh, he's not fire. It's like he's daddy. So maybe he has other forms. I mean, Genu can also just snap his fingers and become a pop star. So anything's possible in the demon world.
That's true. Guima could definitely have some kind of like Genu avatar or something.
Yeah.
Maybe Genu is the dad. But I'm glad, hopefully there will be a future movie.
I think it's way too popular.
6 movies and a series.
6 movies in a series, yeah. Here's hoping.
Okay, I have a question for you, trivia question. To be honest, you probably know the answer. So, two of the songs from Kpop Demon Hunters are in the top 5 in the US on Spotify.
I think I know this because one of them is number 1 and the other's number 2 or something.
Oh, when I looked it up just now, it was number 3 and 4. Maybe we're looking at a different list. But anyway, there are 2 songs from Kpop Demon Hunters in the top 5. Which 2 are they?
I think it's gonna be Your Idol and Golden.
Yes, correct.
I'm not sure which one's higher. I feel like Golden should be the correct answer, but I think we're not letting the honeymoon get sealed. I think Your Idol is higher.
You're right. Your Idol is number 3 and Golden is number 4. But what was your favorite song?
You know, I really loved Soda Pop.
Yeah, me too.
Even though it's supposed to be, I guess, a parody of like K-pop songs where it's like, oh, you know, you're every drop I drink up
Yeah.
Soda Pop. Like, you know, like, oh, I love you. You're so sweet.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to be, I guess, a little cringe and lame.
Soda Pop.
Oh, my little Soda Pop. Anyways, even though it's supposed to be kind of cheesy, I really liked it. It was so catchy, and I tend to really like songs when I see them being performed or danced to, or like if I see repeated like videos about them. And so with everybody doing the Soda Pop challenge, like even idols, I think know about this movie. Like I saw BTS for their first live back from after military service. Like are they back? They're back, baby.
BTS is back?
So I think at the end of it, RM, the leader, was like, "Oh, you're my Soda Pop, you're my Soda Pop," and then Jungkook was like, "Oh, did you watch that too?" And he was like, "Yeah, it's really good." And then Netflix's Twitter changed their bio to "BTS noticed us" or something like that.
That's wow. That's so funny because aren't the Saja Boys like low-key based off of BTS?
So I looked into this. Very much based off of BTS. Like, if you look at the Dynamite music video, it's the same kind of color scheme.
Yeah.
Poppy, pastel, and same vibes. But also there have been, like, they mention 80s, I think it's their pronunciations, 80s nuts.
Got him.
80s, Stray Kids, Tomorrow by Tomorrow, you might see it as TXT. Big Bang have also been all referenced as reference material. So like what each of the Saja Boys looks like is kind of like based on stereotypes within there. So we've got like the maknae, which is like the baby, that's baby Saja.
Yeah.
They're typically the rapper. So baby Saja has like a rap, I think, in both of them.
Yeah.
And then like there's the leader who's like, you know, tall, handsome. Then there's Abs, you know, Abby. It's like, oh, you know, like the buff one, the muscular one.
Yeah.
Mystery is the mysterious one, right? Like you can't see his eyes. So I think that like they say that Mystery is based off of, at least I think this, Daesung from Big Bang during the last album they had his eyes covered. So I think that they copied that. A lot of people argue about the other characters, but for some reason all the K-pop fandoms, no matter who they're a fan of, really believe that San from 80s is Abby. And someone sent me a picture of, I guess, his Instagram, like one of his most recent photos, and it's just him leaning like this.
Oh, hell yeah.
Shirtless abs. Like he's wearing like a button-up shirt, but it's unbuttoned.
Yeah.
And it's just abs. And I think he had pink hair at one point. So people were like, that's so him.
Oh, so Abby.
But they all disagree about the rest, but everyone's like, that guy is definitely Abby, which I think
I need you to send that picture to me.
send that to you ASAP. Right.
And then Huntrix is based off of a lot of different girl groups. I saw Blackpink as one of the major ones. I didn't look into any of the others.
Blackpink. I saw ITZY, but I don't know much about them. And then Twice. So Twice has some of the songs on the album. Like they do a version of Takedown, I think.
Oh, yeah.
But it's
Is that the first song on the Kpop Demon Hunters album?
Yeah, so there's 3 members of Twice, because I looked up how many are in Twice. There's 9, but I guess
that's 3 squared.
I don't know why they've got so many, but they do.
And BTS also has like 9 members though, right?
They have 7.
Oh, is that?
And then 17 has, you guessed it, 16 members.
Good.
Well, I think they come and go. So I think the most they ever had was 16, but maybe they got like 12 now, something like that. But they've never had 17, which is strange to me.
Weird.
Anyways, yeah, so the Huntrix is based off of Blackpink, Twice, ITZY, like very like powerful girl groups and like not like cutesy as much, but more like you can tell by the outfits that they have, like how it's done, like fit check from my napalm era.
Oh my god, that has been stuck in my head.
It's so good.
It's so catchy.
Also, as a lyric, my first thought was kind of cringe, because if I heard a regular artist sing that, I'd be like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
But these girls are magical, so they get to say that.
Yeah. They get to say whatever they want.
But yeah, their vibes are so good. I saw that who each of those girls are based off of. Zoe was apparently a mix of just all the cutesy idols, like because she's also the type too, like she's very baby.
Yeah.
And she's like high energy, so I guess there's a lot of people to copy her off of.
Mhm.
But Mira was based off of this model, and she looks just like her.
Ooh.
She is An So Yun. Look at her, like that's Mira. And
Yeah.
she's so pretty.
Oh, wait, yeah. Speaking of voice actors and then like singing actors, I think one thing that I noticed was the speaking voice did not really match the singing voice for these characters.
Who was the most jarring for you?
I think honestly Rumi. Rumi was the most because she was the main character. So it was like 80% her speaking, and then it was also 80% her singing. When she switched from speaking to singing, I was like, wow, these are different voices.
It's like how Idina Menzel, when she played Elsa, people were like, when she sings, because she has a really powerful alto voice.
Yeah.
But Elsa just looks like, oh, her? I do get that for Rumi, but her voice, like, I think the voice actress, or the singer was EJ,
Mhm.
because I looked her up, and her voice is so good, especially during Golden. I'm like, oh, amazing. Wait, going back to voice actors, I have a fun tidbit. Do you want to know it?
I want to know it.
Okay, I have An Hyo Sop. I don't know how to say his name. I think I said that right. The voice actor for Jinu. He is also the voice actor, or he's the main lead for this K-drama called Business Proposal.
Oh, yeah.
Have you?
I haven't seen it, but Netflix was pushing it on.
It's very, very cute. It's a comedy. It's actually based off of a webtoon, which I did read. So it's very like, false identities and like fake dating kind of stuff. Very fun, full of tropes. And he's very handsome. He is the voice actor for Jinu. And whenever in Business Proposal, the main character, like when she first met him, it's the same music as when she first met Jinu, when Rumi meets Jinu. Like when the box bumps and then all the drinks go flying. And it's like,
Wait, what was that song called?
it's called Love Maybe.
Love Maybe.
And it's on the soundtrack. And it's very cute because it's like, it's when he met the main character in the K-drama, and whenever they have a romantic moment, that song's always played. So it's a little cameo of like, oh, he's here. It's his song. And it's a very catchy song.
Is that also how they met in Business Proposal? Like he like slammed into her and then her papers went everywhere?
No, she goes on a date for her friend, a blind date. I think, and she's like trying to act insane so that he won't try and follow up with her friend. But then when she acts insane, he's like, do you want to?
She kind of
Like married.
Oh, because so then she will like act insane.
Yes, but so she's acting insane. But the catch is she finds out that it's her boss. So around the office. Daddy. Cue the music.
Great. Oh yeah,
Bar.
I wanted to talk about my favorite song. My favorite song was Golden.
It's a really good song. Why'd you like it?
So I think from a singing perspective, the range that is in that song is crazy, especially when she goes into that high note.
Oh, the part that she like couldn't sing when she was struggling.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so
It's so, and she hits it like so powerfully. Like you can tell it's still on the high end of her range, but it's like, dang, she just nails it.
Yeah, it's not an empty sound. Like it's coming from like her belly. Like it's a really powerful sound when she hits that note.
Yeah.
It's so catchy. I know that your idol is like, it's like, okay, like maybe I'm just, falling for the Saja Boys like spell. But Golden, when I first heard it, I was like, oh, I think people said that it's very similar to songs by Twice, actually. I don't know if maybe they had a hand in like writing the song or something, but yeah, it's really inspirational.
Yeah, I think the first time that I heard Golden, I like kind of teared up when they were playing it, when they were like, this song is about us and our struggles.
Also teared up. It was because it's about their journey. Because they talk about, I think Mira is the black sheep of her family.
Yeah.
And Zoe is supposed to be Korean Americans. I think I resonated with Zoe because of that.
Yeah.
And then Rumi obviously has been like hiding her whole life, this shame of like, oh, I'm half demon.
Yeah.
But yeah, like they had so much to talk about. But I think that's why I also really like the song they sing at the end,
Mm,
which kind of feels like a follow-up to Golden. Like, oh, what this is what it
what it
sounds
sounds
like.
like, yeah.
Because it's Golden without Rumi hiding her demon side. And they accept her and they're like, oh, you know what? Like, I shouldn't, like, it's even more like, here's even more of me from all three of them. And so I like those two bundled together.
Yeah, I agree. Although I don't know why, but I felt like I didn't like what it sounds like as much. I
Really?
mean, I thought it was good still, but I think maybe because Golden was like played multiple times during the movie, so I was just like, oh, I know this song. I like it. Versus what it sounds like kind of came in at the end.
Bro, also, how did they all know the lyrics and choreography when it was totally unplanned as soon as Rumi walked in? It's not realistic at all.
Yeah, right. Yeah. This movie about demon hunters is not realistic.
I really should have thought about that
Yeah.
too.
One thing about Golden that I also really liked was the no makeup scene that the girls had with each other. They were like, Takedown is not the right song for us. Like, we should sing about something that like really brings us closer together. And that song is Golden. And they were having that conversation with no makeup. It was like,
I really liked how the animators made them really realistic from the beginning. They're
yeah.
on the plane and they're like, oh, we like can't wait to like scarf down all this food, which is like also kind of a commentary on like K-pop idols are very like their diets are very restricted. I think that 21, a girl group from the second gen, talked about how one of the girls was kind of naturally skinny, and so the other girls weren't allowed to have a full dinner because they were like, you got to get as skinny as her. And so she would feel bad for her friends. She would like secretly give them her bread or something because like their bodies are completely like policed.
Hmm.
So seeing characters, even if they're fake, seeing characters like scarfing down food and having really wide emotions and being like couch, 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 couch. I loved their facial expressions. I loved how like they seemed like real girls. And then the no makeup scene is like
Hmm.
I I I like to imagine that young girl watching this would be like, oh, like this is the kind of person I can be when I grow up.
Yeah, or like this is the kind of friendship that I can have with my bandmates.
We're not in a band, but we could be.
Anyway, I think just the whole movie and the soundtrack I felt like were so good. I liked it a lot more than I thought I was going to. And also when Andrew came by and he saw bits and pieces of the movie, he was like, "What is this movie? Is it AI generated?" And after I like finished watching the movie and I was like talking his ear off about it and also playing the soundtrack in the car, he was like, "Man, I gotta watch the end of this movie." And I'm like, "Hell yeah."
Nice. We got him.
Got him.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Okay, question. Why is everything in the K-pop world in all caps?
My theory is because I'm learning Hangul, the Korean alphabet. As far as I know, I have not finished my Duolingo. I don't think they have upper and lowercase.
Yeah.
And also, I don't know how common it is to expect that like the average Korean person knows English or like can write in English, like write the romanized version of Korean words. So I wonder if they just keep it to all caps because it's like in your face, but two, like consistent alphabet. Because like if you look at the letter A, capital and then a lowercase serif version, like
Yeah,
like
it's
Times
very
New Roman,
different.
how could you? Looking back, like how did I even learn that those are the same letters?
School.
Like fonts and typefaces, like do not make it easy to learn.
Yeah.
But I also think it's probably kind of like,
It's just like a matter of the writing system.
yeah, like,
Well, I did hear that the writing system, the Korean people were like mostly illiterate, and then I think the Korean king at the time, he created the system because they only had the Chinese writing system. And like the Chinese writing system is like pictograms and it's super, super hard to memorize all of those
Yeah.
characters. So the Korean king, I guess, was like, okay, we're just going to create a new system based off of like the syllables that we say. And then I think because of that new system, they got up to like 98%, 99% literacy.
I will say, I have not tried learning a new language that requires a different alphabet yet. This is my first. It's really easy to learn because like the letters are the sounds and then the vowels and
Yeah.
it looks like they're all mishmashed together, but if you were to write them all in a straight line, it would be pretty easy to read. Like, I saw the one that I sent you, you sent me, I think. It said mystery.
Oh, yeah.
And I read it out loud. I was like, mystery. Mystery.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty slow, but I can read it and confirm, yep, that says mystery.
Yeah.
I actually walked past Bonchan the other day, and I was reading it, and it said, Shi-kun.
It didn't say Bon Chan.
It maybe said it somewhere else, but yeah. But also, why would they write? I don't think Korean the Korean word for chicken is not chicken. Yeah, it's like, oh, I gained a superpower that does nothing for me. Like,
Yeah, it's almost like the signs are what you're supposed to read. It's like the signs should be the same no matter what.
Bonchan. Hey guys, I think this is a Bonchan.
Exactly. This is why I'm surprised that it was chicken. Maybe it was like a PF Chang's situation, where PF Chang's, the PF stands for Paul Frank. Yeah.
That's disgusting.
So maybe whoever does Bonchon chicken is like Paul Frank, and he was like, just make the Hangul say chicken.
Is Paul Frank Lisa Frank's dad?
Daddy? I don't know. Maybe.
Let's say yes.
Yes.
Do you have to tell the truth on podcasts?
Ideally.
Okay. Okay.
Yappers, look it up and let us know.
Everyone's gonna comment saying, yes.
We normally do ratings at the end of our episodes. So what would you give this movie out of 10?
Really, really loved this movie, and I could even see rewatching it, which I know some people are more prone to rewatching than others, or like really like rewatching more than others. I'm a rewatcher. I would definitely rewatch this. I would give this a 9.5 because they didn't give us a kiss. I need a kiss for that 10 out of 10.
I would also give this movie a 9.5 out of 10.
What are you missing?
I was missing a little bit more of the backstory, but I really, really hope that there's a second movie, because if there's a second movie that actually gives us that backstory, 10 out of 10.
That's what I want. But I wonder if my worry is that this took 9 years to develop. What if they're gonna push it forward because it's so popular right now? What if the quality of the sequel, I mean, it's really hard for a sequel to beat the original. Shrek 2, Shrek 1. That's like one of the only cases Back to the Future 2, I think, is better than Back to the Future 1, which is controversial. So it's really hard for a sequel to beat the first. But even so, I wonder if I want it to be a good sequel.
Yeah.
Or a prequel or whatever they give us. Like, I hope they don't just rush it because, it's maybe, a cash cow or something.
Yeah. Well, the hard thing about a sequel is they're kind of being pulled into two different directions, right? Because obviously the fans want more Jinu and Rumi, but also they want to know what the backstory is. So how are they going to do a second movie that kind of combines both of those things?
Flashbacks, which is kind of a cheat.
Yeah, or like a webtoon that just is a prequel. That could be interesting.
Avatar: The Last Airbender, I think, continues in the form of comics.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's canon. Like, it's more adventures with, after what's his name? Hi there, Zuko here. Joins the group.
Zuko.
I was like, Dante's name. What's his name? Dante Bosco's, character's name. I thought of that first. What's his character's name? We threw out his name. Yeah, so they could do something like that. I would accept that as
possible.
Yeah, but not everybody, I think, will chase after other forms of art. So maybe I would guess the prequel, if they go this route, the prequel would be something like a webtoon or comic, and then bringing back Jinu or whatever the story would be. Because I guess the Honmoon is still,
it's not golden.
Is it golden? Or it has golden. I think it has the demon colors of Rumi's. It's kind of purple.
Yes, I see. Hey, you know who made the Honmoon golden? Size Gangnam Style.
But it was Celine, I guess, in 2012 being I'm all alone. Who's gonna make the Honmoon golden? Cuts to Psy, Oppa Gangnam Style.
That was such a global phenomenon. I think he did make them.
That was the start of the Hallyu, the Korean wave. They have some kind of live concert thing, kind of a festival in Korea. I think it's called Summer Swag. And J-Hope from BTS was there. Psy brought out Rosé from
Blackpink?
G-Dragon from Big Bang, and CL from 21 as like guest artists and then they all did, Gangnam Style.
Oh, that's really sweet.
He's still active. He's still around. He's like
Oppa.
he's keeping the Honwood golden. Because you won't stop listening to your idol.
Stop what you're doing. Stop listening to your idol.
Stop streaming your idol.
Listen to Golden if you want these demons to be kept separate.
It's me. I'm actually talking to myself watching this episode. Stop it.
But for real, I think as for all of our shows, if you want there to be a second movie, go stream Kpop Demon Hunters on Netflix so we can get more Rumi and Jinu and maybe even a prequel.
Here's hoping.
So we do have one last segment of the episode, unrelated. It's just called Binge in Progress. So we talk about what are the other shows, media, whatever you might be consuming outside of the podcast.
Okay. I actually have a tie-in to Kpop Demon Hunters that I forgot about.
Okay.
Jinu's appearance the creators said, was based off of two actors, Cha Eun-woo and it's the Nam Joo-hyuk in Startup. He's the main character in Startup from 2020. I am binging that.
Startup. I watched it.
So I am binging it with my brother. Binging it with my brother. He comes over, we watch 2 episodes because each episode of this 16-episode series is an hour and a half. So
yes.
We're basically watching 2 movies a day.
Love it.
But it's so good, and Nam Joo-hyuk is really handsome. I like his face, and that's probably why I've become a K-pop stan. It's just their faces are really handsome. And yeah, I'm binging it. It's so good. I've left off at a really good point because it feels like an arc is about to begin. So that's where I am.
Love Startup. Loved it.
How about you?
I am watching Squid Game season 2 and 3 together. So Squid Game season 3 recently came out. I didn't watch Squid Game season 2 when it came out because Andrew watched it and he was like, oh, it left on a kind of a cliffhanger. And so I was like, I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to watch it until season 3 comes out. So I've been binging season 2 and season 3. And I think we're like almost done with season 3. We have like 1 or 2 episodes left.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Again, as I mentioned at the beginning of this pod, I am a victim of the Squid Game to K-pop route. And yeah.
I've gone the other way around.
Love Squid Games. I've been watching all their, like promotions and stuff, and any mention of Top, obviously. And yeah, it's a great series.
I can see how you went from Squid Game, Thanos, G-Dragon.
It was because I was just like, are there any K-pop idols in this cast? It feels like a wasted opportunity to not. And there are 4.
Yeah.
They're there. They're actually good actors. Like I think 222, 333. The Sun, and Thanos.
Yes.
All singers.
Actually, 007, The Sun, his music is actually the music that I like the most.
Wow, really?
The score.
I wouldn't count him as an idol because he's not like, K-pop idol, K-pop.
Yeah.
But he makes good music. Like,
yeah.
I think has made music with Top too or something. He mentioned working with him previously because they rap and stuff.
Yeah, it's very like chill beats. Almost a little bit like reggaeton, kind of. It's really nice. I'm into it.
If you look up 333, he was part of a 9-person K-pop band.
Oh, because I just want to make number jokes.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm slow. But I guess because they do a lot of variety show things, his, what do you call it? Like, digital footprint is insane. Like, there's weird ass content of him dancing in dresses and just like just having fun out there.
Oh,
but it's so funny compared to his character being very serious. I mean, everyone's character is very serious in Squid Games. Oh, also going back to handsome. You look up Gi-hun, the main character in Squid Games. He's played by Lee Jung-jae. Look him up in the 90s. Hot. Handsome, hot. Love his face. That's it. Basically, all of the Squid Game cast is handsome.
I believe that because they're actors. Great. Well, Thanks for joining us, Izzy. It was really fun to talk to you about our newest obsession, K-pop Demon Hunters, and actually have a podcast episode about it instead of just like sending each other 20 reels a day about K-pop Demon Hunters.
Thanks for having me. I'm still gonna do that, but I'm glad we made content out of it.
Yeah, great. And remember to watch K-pop Demon Hunters on Netflix.
Thanks for yapping with us. If you loved this episode, have some hot takes we missed, or if you've got a show you're dying for us to binge next, follow us on socials. We're at Binge Yap Repeat.
Until next time, happy binging!